Will the real Eminem please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. I got to tell you, folks, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises me anymore. They're pulling out all assets now. And even using celebrities when they know for a fact, when they know for an absolute fact how they're going to look to the rest of the world, to the rest of the population. They're going to look incredibly desperate, pathetic. See, if this was the old system, this would just be just fine. It would work for them. But now that people are so awake, they understand, we all understand, that old magic and trickery does not work anymore. It's part of that old paradigm. It's the old system that's actively crumbling down right now. It's over. It's done. It's old hat. But they're going to keep using these assets because that's all they know how to use. And they're hoping that the Eminems and the Taylor Swifts still have some kind of influence over the minds of the cattle, which they do. To some extent, they do. We know that the dark side uses these pawns, these jesters, for times like this. And here we are right now. Heather Critch, thank you very much. And here we are right now. Eminem sells out America live at the rally. Because why? Well, they needed the white boy. They needed the white boy that struck a chord with suburban America in the late 90s into the early 2000s, who are now voters. So they're hoping that this last desperate attempt will somehow pull the voters back as their Titanic sinks. And it's sinking. So I want you to look at this and just understand, like, this is just another desperate move for them. A very, very desperate move, by the way. Because we all know once the cat's out of the bag, which we all know it is, you can't put it back. And I'm starting to think, like many of you are, gosh, there's so many things happening right now. Abercrombie and Fitch. What is it? Mike Fitch gets taken down, ex-CEO of Abercrombie. Now you got Liam Payne in One Direction falling to his death. You got Eminem selling out. A lot of people are scared, folks. A lot of people are scared. And they don't know what to do. They're fucked. Yeah, I'm saying it. They're fucked. All right, folks. You can Venmo me �D-Rod1977, �D-Rod1977. When the lights go out on Amazon, you can go purchase a book there. Hey, yo, when the lights go out. I wrote this entire book on my phone. My mama's book, The Mexican Mix. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much, Dotster Chick. Thank you so much. The Mexican book, my mom's book. I've been using the red light therapy on my mom, and I got to tell you, folks, she had inflammation all over her body before, and now she does not. So I don't know what's going on. I've been using the red light therapy. If you go back a few videos, you can see that I did a whole segment on this stuff, and I got to tell you, she's the inflammation is completely gone out of her body. I can't believe what I'm looking at here. Her legs are back to normal. She's still in a wheelchair, but the puffiness and the inflammation is gone. So I've been using the red light therapy on her. You can go back a few videos to watch this segment on it, where I just been experimenting with whatever I can, and I'm getting great results with the red light therapy. So, and I have 2 panels of my own now, so I'm really getting on board with this stuff. Folks, also, it's what you put in your body. So you got to get the right supplements. Protein supplements are key, and this is the protein I use. It's called Tony Protein. Good stuff. Nobody likes getting older. One of the biggest reasons why is because our muscles become weaker, making the activities we used to enjoy more difficult to do and less enjoyable. But what if you didn't have to get weaker as you got older? What if you could actually become stronger, which is, in my case, happening? Celebrity fitness trainer Tony Horton says he found a way to turn the impossible into a reality, his reality, which is now using to help thousands of Americans remain healthy and active as they hit middle age and beyond. It's actually a lot simpler than you think, folks. Horton, who is 66, told us It's a method anyone can do that takes about 1 or 2 minutes a day. And within a very short period of time, you can start to feel stronger and probably healthier than you have in years. And this is what I'm doing. Almost everyone begins experiencing some degree of age-related muscle loss starting between ages 40 and 50. Not me. It's perfectly natural and nothing to worry about. However, it can make it harder to exercise or even perform routine activities you take for granted, like playing with the kids or pets or carrying groceries. On average, people lose about 0.5% to 1% of muscle mass each year. This is each year. While they may sound minor, it can add up over the years and decades. Increased frailty is a big reason why elderly people are more prone to falling down, which can lead to prolonged bed rest or hospital stays, which can mean even more muscle loss in what becomes a vicious downward spiral. Health experts have long believed age-related muscle loss is simply an inevitable aspect of getting older, and it's not. I'll tell you that right now, it's not. But Tony Horton says he found a much more effective way to help you fight age-related muscle loss and even build new muscle. And this is part of it right here. I take this protein like religiously. Sancho likes the protein. This came as quite as a shock to me because I'm the biggest work guy out ever on the planet, said the man who has trained Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, and Stevie Nicks, to name a few of his celebrity clients. I don't know about Bruce Springsteen, but the results are undeniable. Best case scenario, you actually have a chance to get into the best shape of your life by doing this. It couldn't be easier to do. In fact, the results have been so remarkable. Horton is now the subject of a short report detailing exactly how his body's strengthening method works. It's online and free for the public to view and share. Go to TonyProtein.com/Nino. The link is down there below. Hit the link, folks, and get started on it. It's all about body absorption. That's what it's about. I also take injections. I have a friend that sends me injections where I take amino acids, and I take them in the ass. I inject myself with amino acids so my body gets full absorption. How's my family doing today? How's everybody doing today? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. And we're getting closer and closer to the election. I voted yesterday. There was a line for about 30 minutes, and I could see all the Democrats in there. They were all looking at me very mean. They were all very disappointed that I showed up. And, I'm thinking to myself, it's El Paso. So I'm thinking, well, I guess the best I'm doing is just canceling out someone else's vote for Harris. That's the best I'm doing. But you know what? I did it. I decided, I don't know if I'm going to be up to it to go the day of. And I just went. I went early. But, you can always tell the the dark side of voting. They're always they always have this face like the victim look like I don't know, I don't like Trump. I do not like Trump. And they were all staring at me. I could tell in the lines. Everyone's like, they know who I am. Like, there's that guy, but he likes the Trump. He likes Trump. He's terrible. He's terrible. Folks, if you like this bracelet, by the way, it's pretty cool. It's a rosary bracelet. I try to pray the rosary as much as possible, and this is where you can get it right here. The rosary is the way. The rosary is the way. Follow them on social media. They sent this to my P.O. box. I think it's pretty cool. It's a rosary bracelet. It calms me down, and I don't know. I like to. I pray the rosary. That's like the only Catholic thing I do these days. Spotify, Nino's Corner. Telegram, Nino's Corner. Getter, Nino's Corner. Rumble, Nino's Corner. True Social, David Rodriguez. Boxer, Instagram, Nino's Corner.tv. X, Nino Boxer. PatriotWear.com. Bing, get yourself some shirts, some hats, some socks. And I will have the underwear, I promise you. Nino's Corner.tv, folks. 𝗬𝗏. I got to call him today and get him on there. A lot of you are getting pissed off. I get a lot of emails. You're taking too long to load the videos. It takes for it. Listen, folks. I got one up there right now about trafficking, and all of you should be watching that about the government. Who's really in charge here? I think it's worth watching. It's up there right now. I'll be uploading another video, 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶. I just finished the podcast with 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶. He came on Nino's Corner.tv. We talked for a while. Great podcast. He has a new book out called Bulletproof. Mandy, oh man, 𝗦𝗫𝗂𝗃𝗓. I don't know how to say her last name. 𝗦𝗫𝗃𝗓. She's the former chief of staff of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. She's the one who helped Trump pull out of the Paris Accords. She came on my show. I did a great interview with her. That's going on Nino's Corner.tv. I have Bo Pony coming back on. John Carmen coming back on. Like I said, Juanito, can you hear me loud and clear, Juanito? I got to call you today and get that podcast knocked out. Juan is also going to be the general in the general's tent November 2nd as we go into the danger zone. We all know it's coming. So every day now, it's like we're on borrowed time. It's going to get pretty crazy. It's going to get real crazy. I think the craziest part of all of this will be, well, shit, the day of onward. I think November 5th on. Who knows? I mean, folks, they're doing everything they can to stop this. You understand that? They're really desperate measures now. Panic. They have to call up their assets. Get Eminem. Get who you can. And you know that guy's got some skeletons in his closet. He's got some skeletons in his closet. I would hate to see what's in that guy's closet. But anyway, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Here we go. You guys like the black lightning strike on my shirt? You like it? All right, here we go. Might want to turn it down or turn it up. Rebecca Newell, thank you very much. Absolutely. Here we go. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, baby. Yeah. All right. New desperate measures, folks. Pulling out all stops. Eminem sells out America. And we all see you, buddy. We all know what you're doing. None of us are impressed. And I don't like your shitty music anyway. That's not true. I used to like some of his songs. Some of them. I was never a really big Eminem fan, but I liked some of his songs. I would say, you know, I do think, you know what, I got to say this, man. I got to say, I do think he was a lyrical, I guess you could say lyrical genius. But, I don't know. I like 4 or 5 of his songs. I guess that's a good ratio. But they're throwing anything and everything to stop Trump. They got to stop another Trump term, folks. Just read the mainstream media right now. They're desperate. Anywhere you look, CNN or whatever syndicate you're looking at, just look at the articles. I mean, they're absolutely bananas. He's this, he's that. They're comparing him to the guy in Germany. I mean, everything you can ever imagine with this guy, they're throwing at him. And it's all about bashing Mr. T, as they don't even care about how outlandish and how crazy these articles are. As long as they get the point across that he's bad, he's evil. Folks, understand this. There's been 2 failed assassination attempts. And I went into this with 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹. Now I'm going to put the edited version on YouTube, the unedited version, Nino's Corner.tv. We talk about the failed assassination attempts and more to come. Really, really scary times, folks. So 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗹 goes into that. And that's on Nino's Corner.tv. I'll put that up today. I'll put that up later this evening for tonight. So it's finally come down to this. They're throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, at the man. They're even using the old system of magic and celebrity mind control to use assets such as Eminem in hopes that it will have some kind of effect on your little brains. Thank you for the super chat. Big thank you for this. Anyone who's giving me on the super chat and respecting my work, I really appreciate you. Thank you. I think that old paradigm, though, folks, that old structure of belief system, that old belief system structure has sailed and has gone for good. And we're all waking up. The more they do this, the more we see it. It's the awakened versus the woke is how I look at it. That's really how I see this now. So they've got to stop him. And you say, well, why do they have to stop him so bad? It's just another. No. Their fates are sealed. It's you don't understand. They're fighting for their lives. This is for their lives. This is not just a regular life. This is for their lives. Everything is at stake with this. They know, and that's why they're making him out to be the big bad dictator. So when it happens, they're like, see, I told you. He's bad. He's evil. He's an evil man. He's coming after all of us. Well, what did you do? What did you do? What are you scared of? What we're watching right now is the celebrity world. Just the tip of the iceberg in the celebrity world. This is going to lead to much bigger names in Hollywood and the political world, folks. Look at Abercrombie & Fitch. That's the next guy. Abercrombie & Fitch, Mike Fitch, CEO, ex-CEO, former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, trafficking little, I don't know if I can say that on here, but men, young men. So now Mike Fitch is now the second name to come down. Liam Payne just to his death from a third floor window. Is it all connected? I think so. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. But they know if Mr. T gets in, it's over. It's all over. So expect anything and everything from here, folks. And I mean anything and everything. Now, what could anything and everything be? Could the lights go out? No internet? I got Starlink being put up today. I have Starlink being put up today. I've been told that's going to be the go-to if your shit goes down. So get on Starlink, folks. Ashton Kutcher got to start modeling with Abercrombie. Well, that makes sense to me, doesn't it? Gee, I wonder what he had to do. Thank you, 𝗬𝗃. Man, that's a hard name to pronounce there, buddy. Thank you very much. What about the House and Senate refusing to certify? Could that be some kind of insane method? You think that that's out of line? You think that could not happen? Folks, I'm with you where I say I believe this is a part of a much bigger operation, and I've been in this, and you know I've been in this from the beginning. I recognize strategy. I see what's going on. I know Mr. T has the bigger guns. It's going to be very interesting to see how this all plays out. What kind of safeties are really in place? Now, no one's going to know. None of us are going to really know the truth until it all happens. And here we are, moments away from the main event. Literally, moments away from the main event. The House and Senate could make history this election. Recent polling, including new surveys out Tuesday, shows that 2024 may produce something never before seen in American history. The House could flip from Republican to Democrat control, while the Senate may flip from Democratic to Republican control. If that happened, it would be the first time in over 230 years. Yeah, right. Of congressional elections that two chambers of Congress changed partisan control in the opposite direction. Does that even make sense to you? Does that even make sense to any of you that could even happen? The possibility for this historic oddity arises in large part because the battleground maps for the narrowly divided House and Senate are totally different. All 435 seats are up in the House. Democrats need a net pickup of just 4 seats to win a majority. They could grab those 4 from New York alone. There were 4 House races in Empire State that the GOP won by the less than 5 points in 2022, all in districts that Joe Biden would have carried 2 years earlier under the current district lines. They include New York's 4th district of Long Island and 17th and 19th districts in the Hudson Valley and 23rd district in central New York, which was decided by a point. 2 years ago, and where the lines have since been heavily redrawn to Democrats' advantage. The battle for Senate is something else entirely. Remember that only about a third of the chamber's 100 seats are up every cycle. This year, a bunch of seats, thank you for the super chat. Seats held by the Democrats are those with caucus, and them are the ballot of red-leaning states. The math for Republicans is simple. To win the Senate, they need a net pickup of either 1 seat if the incoming vice president is a Republican, or 2 seats if the incoming vice president is a Democrat. Republicans seem fairly likely to flip at least 2 seats, thanks to red Montana, where Democrat Senator Jon Tester is struggling, and very red West Virginia, where independent Senator Joe Manchin is retiring. Republicans also have a clear opportunity to unseat Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown in Ohio, which Donald Trump won twice and will likely do so again. The GOP has further pickup opportunities in 4 states that Trump carried in 2016: Arizona, Michigan, Democrat, and Wisconsin. Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. This is critical when thinking about this year's House elections. A Newsday Siena College poll, New York's 4th District, released Tuesday, found Democratic challenger Laura Gillen ahead of the Republican incumbent Anthony DeSpinoso by 12 points. So I'm wondering here, where's the other interview with the ghost? It's coming. It's coming, folks. I'm juggling a lot right now. I hope you understand. My family is fucking, it's tough. But I'm telling you that red light therapy is working. I think it is. Something's happening. I'm trying everything. I'm like the Democrats right now. I'm desperate to try anything. But you understand that when it comes down to it, and if it gets to the point that Mr. T wins this, they're going to stop him at every move. That is why I say it is so important. This is why we're pushing their hands behind the scene. You need to understand this. Pushing their hands behind the scenes to make them panic and make that big move so that something happens unconventionally. It's a strategy. Think about this for a second. If Mr. T really, if it's a landslide victory and everything happens the way you all hope it does, what can he really get done with all the lawfare and all the people stopping him? And obviously, they're trying to change the House and Senate right now. What would he really get done? To me, this has to be done in a way that's unconventional. If you really want to get the job done, do I make sense? Can you give me a thumbs up if I make sense? I'm just saying that I would think you'd have to do this in a way that's unconventional. I like my coffee black now. I used to like the cream, but the cream I found out. I've been talking to 𝗬𝗏 on my shows, and he's it's just the best way to do is organic coffee black, man. If you want that pigment, and plus I think it hits me harder. Like I get a little bit more of a uptick in energy. I think the cream and the sugars and all that's so bad for you. It's so bad for you. And I'm trying to live a longer life. But I don't know if I can do it. So is the House and Senate going to play a role with what's coming? They sure hope so. That's why I'm saying, gosh, this is going to be such a crazy time. Buckle up, folks. Buckle up, because this is about to get insane. Get ready. I talk to people all day long. I'm telling you, folks, I know I have the luxury of doing this. You depend on me to bring in the news for you folks. But I talk to people, and I'm getting behind the scenes word of what's coming, and it's like nobody can really predict their move. It's going to be move and counter move. But I'm telling you, it's getting ready to go down. It's getting ready. And as from what I've understood from Juanito, it's like every day now is like almost like bonus time. Every day now is like, it's not even every day anymore. It's every moment. Every moment counts from here forward, if you know what I'm saying. So Eminem, so Mr. O, you all know who Mr. O is. At the rally, raps Eminem lyrics on stage with Star and trolls Trump's crowd size. Eminem spoke at Kamala Harris campaign rally tonight in Detroit and introduced former president to the crowd. So think about this for a second. They had to have Eminem come on Detroit, and that's probably who really pulled in the crowd. So Mr. O broke out into a rap after being introduced by Eminem at the Harris rally in Detroit. The rapper spoke briefly to urge his fellow Michigans to vote on November 5th before introducing Mr. O onto the stage. Eminem, 52, he's 52 now. 52 told the cheering crowds, I don't think anyone wants an America where people are worried about retribution. Really? Who caused the retribution? Who caused this? You see what they're doing? Ooh, we got caught. We're in trouble. Nobody wants an America where they're going to actually have to pay for their sins, for the things they did. Nobody wants that. We want business as usual. Don't you know? We want to just keep doing what we're doing. Keep our skeletons in the closet. What will people do to make your opinion known? I think Vice President Harris supports a future for this country where these freedoms and many others will be protected and upheld. Yeah. What's happened these last 4 years? I got to tell you, folks, there's a lot of signs here in El Paso with people with very low IQs. It's like when I see a sign that says, you know what, on it, that's for the dark side, I often think to myself, wow, that's like putting in a sign up that says my IQ is a 50 or my IQ is a 60. Here, how are you? Vote for so-and-so. My IQ is a 60. Mr. O then poked fun at Trump's rally in Detroit last week, saying there was another rally here on Thursday, but I hear it was a lot smaller. Yeah. Eminem joins the campaign trail just 2 weeks ahead of Election Day. However, fans of the Slim Shady rapper were dismayed when it was revealed he wouldn't be performing at the rally. Oh, wait a minute. You mean to tell me they thought he was going to perform? So wait, hold on. Does that mean that's why they went? Maybe that's why the rally was so big, because they thought Eminem was going to perform. So they showed up for a concert. Do you see how they do this, folks? Do you see what they're doing here? Whoa, 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 whoa. There was a big crowd. But were they there to see Eminem or Harris? Huh. I think it could have been they thought they were going to see a concert. Maybe some twerking. Yeah, man. Look at the baby. Look at the body. Oh, yeah. Get the body twerking. Get that body twerking. Fuck. Give me a break. As election nears, Kelly warms up Trump, or warns Trump that he would rule like a dictator. John Kelly, the Trump White House longest-serving chief of staff, said that he believed that Donald Trump met the definition of a fascist. Oh, boy. It's pretty crazy how you can't trust anyone around you. You know why? Because they're all guilty. They're all guilty of something, and they're scared. What we're watching right now, what I'm reading to you right now, is panic, pure and utter panic. Few top officials spent more time behind closed doors in the White House with President Donald Trump than John F. Kelly, the former Marine general who was the longest-serving chief of staff. With Election Day looming, Mr. Kelly, deeply bothered by Mr. Trump's recent comments about employing the military against domestic opponents, agreed to three on the record recorded discussions with a reporter for the New York Times about the former president, providing some of his most wide-ranging comments yet about Mr. Trump's fitness and character. Mr. Kelly was Homeland Security Secretary under Mr. Trump before moving to the White House in July 2017. He worked to carry out Mr. Trump's agenda for nearly a year and a half. It was a tumultuous period in which he drew internal criticism over his own performance and grew disenchanted and distressed by the conduct of Trump. Isn't it just beautiful to watch these people squeal and squirm and like they're so scared? What we're watching right now, this is all a desperate. Please save my life. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, yeah. Did you see? Yes, McDonald's. They went after McDonald's. Good point. That's in my what the fuck news. That's in my what the fuck news. McDonald's, after that positive publicity from Mr. T, McDonald's gets destroyed. Ruined. Like, how dare you? How dare you give Mr. T any positive publicity? Burn McDonald's down. Wow, how crazy. How powerful are these people? Do you see what we're up against? They are literally taking down the house of McDonald's. I don't eat there anyway, so I don't care. But I'm just saying, it's pretty wild. He does one positive publicity stunt at McDonald's, and now the whole McDonald's chain is suffering. E. coli. We'll give him that. How crazy. Do you see the power these people have? Do you guys see Yelp stopped reviews on that particular McDonald's? Wow. Yeah. Do you guys see what they're doing here? Do you guys see what we're playing with? But we're awake now, right? We understand that that's how they play the game. This is a good one too. I wanted to bring this one up. Rebecca Newell, thank you. Doggone tribe Cyrus beat here to assist. Oh yeah. All right. Trump reportedly raged at American soldiers' funeral bill. It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury a fucking Mexicano. That's what he said. I'm trying to In 2020, then President Donald Trump went into a rage over the price tag for the funeral of a dead soldier he had pledged to pay for, according to a report published on Tuesday in The Atlantic by Jeffrey Goldberg. Private Vanessa Guillen, a soldier at Fort Hood, was beaten to death by a fellow soldier and his girlfriend in April 2020. The girlfriend named burned Guillen's body, which was discovered buried near the base 2 months later. Trump invited Guillen's family to the White House and pledged to personally help with the cost. If I can help you out with the funeral, I'll help. I'll help you with that, he said. I'll help you out financially. I'll help you. The family's attorney responded that the government would foot the bill. That's good, Trump replied. If you need help, I'll help you out. The Atlantic noted that at the memorial service again was held 2 weeks after the meeting, followed by the funeral and burial. 5 months later, the U.S. Army conducted there were several leadership failures at Fort Hood, which had been a tough assignment for women soldiers. The report irked Trump, who was miffed by the punishments doled out to the base's leadership. Then, less than a month later, after losing the presidential election, Trump asked how much Guillen's funeral cost. So apparently, when he was asked this, he goes, "It costs $60,000 to bury a pinche Mexicano." That's how Sancho was saying. In Sancho's land, we just let them dig their own hole. Yes. Sancho has them dig their own hole, and they throw themselves inside it. I've been watching a lot of Narcos lately. I'm pretty much. I gotta say, folks, I'm addicted to it. I've been binge watching Narcos. I grew up in this area, so I know all about that life. The Narcos, and it's like one of those things. Dad, can I call you right back? I'll call you right back. I'm on a show, okay? I love you. Sorry, folks, I can never miss a call from mi padre. So Cuban power grid collapses for fourth time as hurricane arrives. Havana, Cuba, CNN, Hurricane Oscar arrival to eastern Cuba Sunday impacted millions of residents already facing days without power after fresh attempts to restore much of the nation's electric grid failed. In the capital city of Havana, early Monday, people were seen outdoors in poor lighting, a few playing dominoes to kill time. Children are opting to sleep outside to cool off from the stifling heat indoors. Schools have also been canceled until Thursday. Why do you even go to school in a communist country? What are you learning? Power had been restored to 88.12% of the customers in Havana by Monday afternoon. The city's government said in a post on X, though services believed to be down in much of the country still. So think about this for a second. I think this is happening as a precursor to what they want to do aquí. Just saying. Just saying. U.S. intel officials say Russia, here we go, folks, get this. Russia is behind attempts to smear Tim Walz. So, all that bad press you're seeing on Tim Walz, it's Russia. It's Russia. Don't you know? It's Russia. Russia was behind salacious false claims against Democratic vice presidential nominee Tim Walz that circulated widely on social media last week, according to U.S. intelligence officials. So now we know the U.S. intelligence is behind. Do you see how deep this swamp goes? Do you see how deep it is? Taking down McDonald's and blaming Russia. I mean, do you see how big and deep this swamp really is? The intelligence community assesses that Russian influence actors created and amplified content alleging inappropriate activity committed by the Democratic vice presidential candidate during his earlier career. You know, I'm convinced now, man. I'm convinced. If I see a sign of Harris and Walz, I'm convinced it's either extremely let me try to put this in a way for FluffTube. I see it like this. Either really, really, really low IQ, or you okay? I'm really thinking that. I'm like, okay, are they worried that their secrets might get out? So last week, post on X, formerly known as Twitter, accused Walz of wrongdoing when he was a high school teacher and football coach. I've seen some videos of this guy, and I'm like, is that where we're at in this country? This is where we're at? So that included a video purporting to show a former student making allegations against Walz, which was shared by an X account that has promoted its baseless claims. Baseless. Someone needs to get this student on their show and talk to this kid. I tell you what, folks. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it on here. Let's get to border news. Border news. National Guard armed civilians clash on border highway. This is happening right here in El Paso, Texas. So El Paso, Texas border report. A shootout between Mexican soldiers and armed civilians has led to the seizure of 3 vehicles and 31 high-caliber weapons on a highway leading from Juarez to Tornillo. Thank you, Judah Lion. Texas. The shooting took place before dawn Sunday, just south of the toll booth on the 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗶 Highway, Chihuahua State Police. Toll booth operations called to help after several vehicles carried armed, then sped away. Members of Mexico's National Guard intercepted the caravan and a firefight followed. Border report has contained photographs showing a shot-up National Guard vehicle and a rifle lying on the highway after the encounter. The Guard seized 3 pickups, 2 of them with armored plates, 4 AK-47 rifles, 14 AR-15s, a Beret 50 caliber rifle, a submachine gun, and 11 handguns. The Chihuahua State Police said a 25-year-old civilian wounded by gunfire was taken to Juarez Hospital and placed under custody. Nearly 3,000 bullets and an unspecified number of tactical and bulletproof vests were also seized. Just another day in El Paso. Just another day. The recently modernized highway is meant to route traffic, especially cargo trucks entering Juarez from the south to farming communities and to Marcelino, Center Point, and entry to Tornillo, Texas. Some truckers have expressed misgivings about using the highway due to well-documented drug cartel activity in the area known as 𝗀𝗏𝗃 de Juárez. A local newspaper has documented at least 11 murders in the vicinity of the highway since May 2023, including the killing of 4 people during a rolling gun battle between rival criminal groups. Picking up. It's picking up. Oh, yes, it is. Let's get to some World War III news. These guys just roll from border news into World War III. South Korea warns it can send arms to Ukraine after reports of North Korea's troops in Russia. So South Korea, that's how you say it. South Korea warned today it could consider supplying weapons to Ukraine in response to North Korea allegedly dispatching troops to Russia, as both North Korea and Russia denied the movements. NATO Secretary General said that would mark a significant escalation. South Korea's statement was apparently meant to pressure Russia against bringing in North Korean troops for its war against Ukraine. South Korea officials worry that Russia may reward North Korea by giving it sophisticated weapons, technologies that can boost the North's nuclear and missile programs that target South Korea. Oh, that's Japan. I forgot. Sometimes I mix up the Chinese and the Japanese. Oh, boy. So, breaking news, the states of Michigan, Georgia, and Pennsylvania have officially announced that they will not have the election results available on election night. What do you know? That kind of goes with what Juanito said, right? It's going to be halted. It's going to be stopped. And that's when it gets crazy. I'm not expecting any results the next day at all. I'm just not. I am not. Peter Todd was unmasked as Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto. Now he's in hiding. Peter Todd has gone underground after an HBO documentary and will name him as the creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto, whose real identity has long remained a mystery. That's kind of fun to say. Satoshi Nakamoto. When Canadian developer Peter Todd found out that a new HBO documentary, Money Electric, the Bitcoin mystery, was set to identify him as Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin, he was mostly just pissed. This was clearly going to be a circus, Todd told Wired in an email. The identity of the person or people who created Bitcoin has been the subject of speculation since December 2010, when they disappeared from public view. The mystery has proved all the more irresistible for the trove of Bitcoin. Satoshi Nakamoto, widely believed to have control, suspected to be worth many billions of dollars today. When the documentary was released on October 8th, Todd joined a long line of alleged documentary maker 𝗀𝗃𝗃, who in the previous film claimed to have certified the individual behind that letter in the alphabet, laid out the theory to Todd on camera. The confrontation would become the climatic scene of the documentary, but Todd nonetheless claims he didn't see it coming. He alleges he left with the impression the film was about the history of Bitcoin, not the identity of its creator. Since the documentary aired, Todd has repeatedly and categorically declined that he created Bitcoin. For the record, I am not Satoshi Nakamoto. He alleges, I think Colin made this accusation for marketing. He needed a way to get attention for the film. For his part, Hoback remains confident in his conclusions. The various denials and deflections from Todd, he claims, are part of a grand and layered misdirection. While, of course, we can't outright say he is Satoshi Nakamoto, I think that we may make a very strong case. Whatever the truth is, Todd is now bear the burden of having been unmasked as Satoshi Nakamoto and has gone into hiding. He's in hiding now. XRP, let's talk about XRP for a second. $1 million worth of XRP still costs $1 million. Ripple CTO says XRP is widely available, but crypto payment adoption remains limited. David Schwartz, the 𝗵𝗶𝗱𝗃 CTO, has reiterated his stance on XRP pricing and its role in payments. His latest comments emerged in response to an investor questioning XRP's underwhelming price performance since 2017. In the recent commentary that further discussed how XRP has not realized its full potential in payment systems despite widespread availability and favorable features. But the Ripple CTO remains firm. Recall that in a conversation dated back to November 2017, Schwartz had argued that XRP cannot remain cheap if it is to function effectively as a medium for high-value payments. He pointed out that regardless of whether XRP trades for $1 or 1 million, the cost of 1 million a 1 million transaction would still be equivalent to a 1 million transaction. However, he added that higher prices would facilitate cheaper payments. What do you guys think of XRP? What do you guys really think of XRP? I don't know. I mean, I'm putting money into it. I don't really know much. I don't know much about any of this stuff. Let's talk about Bill Maher for a second. Bill Maher gets slapped with a defamation lawsuit for saying Trump banged Laura Loomer. Bill Maher just got dinged by one of Donald Trump's most ardent supporters. He's being sued for a whopping $150 million. Thank you so much for the super chat. $150 million by Laura Loomer for saying on national TV that he had slept with the 45th, that she slept with the 45th president. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, Laura named Maher and HBO as defendants in her suit filed. Sorry, what the fuck? Why can't I read today? Filed in Sumner County, Florida, claiming that the Real Time with Bill Maher host besmirched her good name on his HBO show. Loomer, a conservative investigative journalist and close Trump ally, says Maher made the false, malicious, and defamatory statements about her during the real-time broadcast on September 13th, 2024. What do you guys think of Laura Loomer? So now Maher's he could be dishing out $150 million. He's getting sued for $150 million. Whopping $150 million by Laura Loomer. Pretty crazy. Oh boy. But let's get to what the fuck news. In what the fuck news doubleheader. I got a doubleheader here. In what the fuck news and what the fuck news. Walmart worker found dead in large baking oven incident. How the fuck does this happen? A 19-year-old Walmart employee was discovered dead in a mysterious incident reportedly involving a large baking oven. Police responded to calls of a sudden death at a store in Halifax, Nova Scotia around 9:30 p.m. on Saturday and found a deceased woman. Where in the store her body was found is not immediately disclosed. Multiple sources told the news syndicate that her death was linked to a big baking oven that was turned on at the time. Wow. Walmart Canada has not commented on the oven or details around the death at the store on Mulford Road. We are heartbroken, and our deepest thoughts are with our associate and with her family, Walmart spokesperson Amanda Moss told CBS News. We extend our sincerest condolences to those who were closest to them. Jeez. How do you find yourself in a fucking oven in Walmart? We just want to encourage the public to be patient with our investigation and be mindful that there's family members and co-workers involved, he said on Monday afternoon. Police would not say if they suspected criminal activity. Yeah, she just climbed in there herself. The store was closed on Sunday and Monday. I mean, and if you're going to self-delete, I would say that's a pretty painful way to go. I don't see how you crawl in an oven by accident unless she's cleaning it. I don't know. My mind can go in different places with this. While the woman's identity has not been released, said she was a member of that religious community. So, all right. It's pretty distressing, you know. Young people come here with all kinds of hopes and dreams, and they're working hard, and then this is what happens to them. What, they get thrown in an oven? What kind of religious community is this? The victim's cause and manner of death are pending. It's the latest death involving a worker with a corporate chain. Wow. Let's get to some McDonald's news. You guys eat McDonald's? Because I don't. I don't know. I don't even know what's in that shit. McDonald's shares fall after the you-know-what says E. coli outbreak linked to quarter pounders. My favorite fucking hamburger back in the day. I don't know. What's the best hamburger? I like In-N-Out. I like Whataburger. But like I don't trust McDonald's. I don't eat McDonald's. McDonald's shares fell in extended trading after that organization said that E. coli outbreak was linked to the chain's quarter pounder burgers. The outbreak has led to 10 hospitalizations and 1 death. Hey, do you guys believe this? The restaurant chain said initial findings from this to me is fucking punishment for promoting Mr. T. That's how I see this. I don't know how you all see it, but I'm going to bet that that's what this is. 10 hospitalizations and 1 death. The restaurant chain said initial findings from the investigation show some of the illnesses may be linked to the onions that are used on the quarter pounder. Shares dropped in extended trading Tuesday after the Centers of Control Prevention said an E. coli outbreak linked to McDonald's quarter pounder burgers had led to 10 hospitalizations and 1 death. The agency said 49 cases have been reported in 10 states between September 27th and October 11th, with most of the illnesses in Colorado and Nebraska. Most sick people reported eating a McDonald's quarter pounder. See, folks, I'm just going to say my mind here goes to if it's too much of a coincidence, it probably it's mathematically impossible. And I'm just going to say, to me, in my opinion, this is a hit on McDonald's, if you know what I'm talking about. Because why? They had Mr. T getting good positive publicity there, and the powers that be cannot allow that. Even McDonald's, folks, put that in perspective for 1 second. Even McDonald's must bow down to these forces. How crazy is this shit? Man, I mean, folks, this is really David versus Goliath. I don't think you guys understand just how crazy this is, but it really is David versus Goliath. We got a slingshot, but they got all the armor, the tanks, they got everything. But who's God's David right now? I'm going to say it's Mr. T. Yeah, I said it. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my little part as Sancho, but I don't know how big that is. All right, folks, I'm done here. I got to get back. I got to go see my dad. Yeah, okay, so what do you guys like? In-N-Out, Whataburger? You got Whataburger? What's better, In-N-Out, Five Guys? I heard Kamala likes Five Guys. She likes In-N-Out, too. She likes In-N-Out and Five Guys. Someone sent me that, by the way. Someone said, that's not a joke I created. Five Guys is good. Five Guys is good. Out in El Paso, though, there's like some good steak burger places that you could go to and get like a good steak. Wendy's, Wendy's is good too, yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like just like even 10, 15 years ago, the fast food chains were different. I just think they were different. I think it was actually like real meat back then. I don't know what it is today. Whataburger is good. Five Guys is good. Habit Burger, I don't know what that is. Home cooking is always best. Yeah, so most of you like Whataburgers. None of you, I have not seen one In-N-Out on here. Dairy Queen has damn good burgers. You're right. I like Dairy Queen burgers. I like to get the Dairy Queen cheeseburger with a blizzard. The blizzard. Chili's, really? I love hamburgers. Culver's Butter Burger. Wow. Freddy's, The Habit, In-N-Out. All right, one In-N-Out. I really like In-N-Out. So far, I put In-N-Out a little bit ahead of Whataburger. Jack in the Box. Yeah. Sonic. I like Sonic. All right, folks, I'm out. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the black sheep of broadcasting, folks, like this on my hat. I'm out. Later, folks. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications button. I'm out.